I remember after the first period kind of taking a look at things, and apparently Ersson's, like, I think the Leafs expected goals were 3. Like, I don't think that Ersson, like, by the numbers got shellacked the way that it felt like he was getting shellacked watching it in person, but it definitely wasn't a strong game from him. And it was the second pretty iffy, to be kind about it, game that we've seen from him
in the last 3. No, and it's
making me a little nervous, if I'm being honest.
And we went over the numbers. I believe it was in the last post game. Charlie had tweeted them earlier that morning. Like, his excellent start percentage is right up there with like Demko and Hellebuyck. He's like when he has 2 or more like goals save above expected, it's 65, 70%, somewhere in there, right where those 2 guys are. But
yeah,
his horrible start percentage is like triple what those dudes are. And this is an issue.
And there doesn't be anything in between.
No, that's and you add up the numbers and it comes out to like 95. Like, it's like, well, so 5% of his games are just average.
Cool.
He's either great or fucking horrible.
Not good.
And listen, a high variance guy, he's a rookie. You see the tools, you see the skill set. You wouldn't be able to amass the amount of wins he has. You wouldn't be able to have those great games that he's had if he wasn't at least good. He didn't have the potential.
Yeah.
But you can't be this high variance and be a starter in the league. I don't care how great you are when you're great. If you don't have your A game, there has to be something. Like I said to Charlie last post game, C's get degrees, man.
Yes.
Like, you have to be average sometimes.
Yes.
You can't be, oh yeah, he needs to come out.
Can't be
like,
A's and F's.
No. I turned to my buddy in the first period. I was like, I think they scored on one of the first shots, one of the first couple of shots. I was like, take him out now.
Yeah.
Like, this is the sign.
Mm-hmm.
And they get him through the first period, and Charlie comes back over to the assembly room. Assembly room, pretty cool, by the way.
It's nice.
Nice atmosphere to watch the game. Little tough if you don't get there early and stake out a spot on the railing. Little tough to like see the on ice action.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like for a get together or something, if not everyone in the group maybe is into watching the game, but you have a big enough group, like, it's pretty sick. Yeah. But anyway, Charlie comes back over to the assembly room, and we're just bullshitting with everyone who came out and joined us tonight. And then Flyers take the ice for warm-ups before the second, and we're just looking. Like, and yep, it's 32. It's not 33. It's Sandstrom. They've been running him hard.
Yes.
He's been playing a ton, and it is his first full season in the NHL. What, he played like 10 games last year. He might not be ready for this workload.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a learning experience for what it's going to take down the road. That's why we want the players in these games. He just has to be better, though.
I'm trying to remind myself he's a rookie. Never played this many games before. It's just like, it just sucks because you can kind of see where this is going to, like, if this continues this way,
this is why they're going to miss.
This is why they're going to miss, or this is why the playoffs are going to be a complete bust. Like, this is the kind of thing where it doesn't really matter how well the rest of the team plays. If your starting goaltender is going to shit the bed on 1 out of every 2 games that you play, you're not going to get very far. And the Flyers have a lot of tough games coming up, and they need the goaltending to be tight because the rest of the team, particularly the defense, not real great right now.
And that does deserve mentioning. I know we're like piling on Sam Ersson right now. It's just like, bro, you can't be the reason they lose.
No.
Maybe you don't steal them a game.
That's the thing, yeah.
Maybe it's not you who wins it for them. You don't have to shut the other team out every night, but you have to give them a chance.
Yeah.
And that's not what's going on right now.
Nope.
And I know that the coaching staff, they said just the other day, they told Charlie, when a shot is taken, we expect Sam to stop it. And that is how I have felt for most of the season. Yes, he had some clunkers along the way. Absolutely. But for the most part, he has been rock solid. This could not be coming at a worse time.
Yeah. And I just don't, I mean, it's hard to know what it is, right? Like, goalies don't make any sense. They're not like skaters where you could be like, oh, maybe he's hurt or he's just in a slump because he's a goal scorer, whatever. There's just nothing makes any sense. And it's hard to rationalize why this guy that at the start of this season looked so good. And like, obviously it wasn't the backup role. Obviously we still had a number one goaltender that was taking most of the starts that we could rely on. But he looked so good.
Yeah.
Like, the tools are there. He can do this.
He's an NHL goaltender.
100%.
He really looks
sure.
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like,
that I think we're sure of.
Maybe he's not the answer. Maybe we didn't solve the hole left by Carter Hart like that.
We did not.
Yeah, problem solved. Don't worry about it. Like, maybe that's not the case. He's not the number one we're going to win a cup with. But for right now, he needs to at least not suck every other night.
Do you think that this team's going to regret not spending a 5th-round pick or something to get a goalie at the deadline?
No. It might, and by regret, like, will it be the thing that keeps them out of the playoffs after being in a playoff spot for like 101 straight days now or whatever it is? Yeah, that could very well end up being the case. I say no because at least you gathered the information. Like, I'd rather fail with Sam Ersson than Jake Allen be the reason we got into the playoffs.
That's fair.
Like, all right, now we know, like, either Sam is going to learn and get better. He now knows what the grind is. He's going to fix it. He's going to get in better shape. Whatever the problem is, he is going to improve. So this time next year, we're not having this conversation. Or the front office goes, okay, now we know he's not the guy. And that's finding out who isn't and who shouldn't be here is just as important as finding out who should.
That's a
good
point.
I'm not like, it's not going to be Ersson. It could. It's goaltending. Alex Lyon has saved 2 teams 2 years in a row. Like, who the hell knows? Like, I thought he was going to be Neil Little. Like, oh yeah, he's going to be the Phantoms goalie forever.
Yeah.
Like, and now he's like a pretty damn good NHL goaltender. You never know. But I think it's important to get the information, even if it comes at the expense of 2 or 3 more losses than you would have had.
We all silly like the mayor.